The topic for today, talking about the differences and the similarities between Tekken and Virtua Fighter. So I feel like this is a good topic. I don't think I'm an expert at Tekken. I don't think either one of us think we're Tekken experts, but Monica's really knowledgeable of Tekken. I have a lot of playing experience with the game, I guess you could say. Like, I do have, some knowledge of the game. I think this is a good time to talk about this, especially with the current time period where I feel like a lot of Tekken players and just people in the FGC in general are looking for something new and fresh. And obviously, Virtua Fighter is looking like it's going to be that game if there's going to be any game to do it at all, right? So I got my boy Just Monica joined here. Monica does a lot of my video editing as well, so shout out to him for being in here for this little presentation we're going to do. And with the purpose of this video, guys, we're not going super crazy in depth here on some scientist shit. Like, we're talking about when you pick up the controller, what do you need to know so you can function in this game opposed to Tekken or whatever game you're playing. We're going to use Tekken as an example because they're kind of the games that are hot right now. Like Virtua Fighter and Tekken seem like they're going to be kind of not going at it, but they're going to be the fighting games, 3D fighting games to play, it seems like, because DOA is nowhere to be found, Soul Calibur's nowhere to be found, so this is it. And I think that it's also good to do because this is a very big difference. Like, when you look at them just standing, they look like they could be the same type of game. But, bro, as soon as you start to move, it feels like you're playing something different. They do not have this in Tekken. You are not staggering anything, okay? Like, this is something that you're going to see in DOA. You get put in a situation where you have to stagger out. Oh shit, we got a big raid from Juicebox. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, bro. We're talking about staggering right now and how there's not really a correlation there with Tekken because that shit is not in that game. As a DOA player coming into this game, stagger escaping is something that's very familiar to me. I was just fighting the Hoodless and you guys saw how quick he was staggering out of my shit. So staggering is something that comes really easily to us because it's in the game. If you're coming over to this game from Tekken, you're going to have to learn how to stagger because, like, all right, do the situation where you put me in a stagger and I have to shake so I don't get forward punched with the knockdown. So if I don't stagger right there, that's guaranteed. Yeah, so you can stagger this so you don't get hit. That's what the... Okay, so right there. So when you stagger, it allows you to get out of situations that are not guaranteed. But just remember, like, he can take that and do an offensive movement and then try to get, like, my side. And that is really like something that's really sick about Virtua Fighter because all of that shit comes into play wherever you are, like where they're facing. Shit hits you on guard and it has like different impacts.
One additional thing to note too, if you get staggered from the side, some of the shit that is fake if you get hit from the front is true. I mean, what separates VF from Tekken especially is stance positioning. When you play Tekken, your character is always in the same stance. Everybody is standing usually in the same stance. It's usually like normal stance, left foot forward, right foot back, and that's how the round starts. Looking at how we're standing right here, Akira's got left foot forward, right foot back, Kage left foot forward, right foot back. Because we're both in the same style stance, this is what's called a close stance. But if I do a move here that changes it, now this is called open stance. Now the reason this is important is what I'm going to highlight is in combo routes. For example, this is now closed stance. So if I try to do this, that's supposed to give a restand there, but it didn't. But if I change it to open stance, now the combo lands. So it doesn't hurt just to know routes that are just generally universal, regardless of what stance you're in. That route right there is universal. So don't necessarily bust your brain too much about that kind of thing. But if you ever think that, oh man, why is this combo like, whiffing, then try changing up your stance, see if it affects it in that way.
The stance shit, as you can see, is really interesting. Monica, he's really good at recognizing when he's in open stance and closed stance because he hits that combo like every fucking time.
Alright, so I want you to block and then sidestep like down, like towards the screen, alright?
Okay.
Alright. See? Alright. Alright, now I'm going to change my stance. Alright, do it again. See?
That's some sick shit right there. Like, seriously, like...
Yep.
So, don't ever think, like, oh, that move doesn't well, if you're standing a certain way, it might hit you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way the game works. People are like, oh, where are the comeback mechanics in this game? Like, there's nothing flashy, there's no comeback mechanics. Listen, especially from my knowledge, I don't know if I'm correct about this. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought they said that the ring outs are occurring more often on like I feel like they're saying that they're increasing the ability for you to ring out. Did I hear that correctly, Chansai, or is that wrong? Ring outs are huge in this game. Like, yo, you can seriously have one bit of HP left and just be positioned the right way and win the whole round or the whole set. Like, you have to know where you're going to end up after your throws. Like, even me to this day, I'll be using Kage and I'll do forward throw and I'll put myself near the ledge and I'm like, bro, really, this game is really like that. Like, you have to be careful what throw you're going to do so you don't pop out of the fucking ring and lose the whole round because of it, bro.
Jabs are still plus on block.
That's big to know.
Yeah, they're actually around usually like +2 instead of the typical +1, and just your usual checks, just like, you know, with Tekken with your jab, you know, mid poke, like you're down for 1, like say you're playing Jin or Dragunov, you know, jab down for 1, jab down for 1. And here it's jab, elbow, jab, elbow. This is like VF at its core. Even at high level, they're just checking with jab.
Listen,
elbow.
I watched that exhibition today. You know how many people I've seen lose rounds to jab, elbow? Jab, elbow, jab, elbow. That's literally like in Tekken when you're doing your 1 DF1, right? Jab DF1, jab DF1. Like, that's really big. This is literally your jab DF1. For all you Tekken people that are looking for your jab DF1, this is it. With Tekken, I feel like it's really more so like how big your character's hurt box is rather than like the whole weight class thing, right? In this game, it's both. Like, both of those things are here. So
yeah, because for example, like Vanessa is like, if you ever hear like VF players talking about Vanessa and combos, they kind of highlight her on kind of suffering a bit because she's lighter, but also she's tall. She's kind of big bodied, so she has routes that are combo specific for her. Or characters like Eileen, who is the lightest character in the game and just is absolute combo food.
Or combo food, this fucking guy.
Heavier characters usually have a bit less damaging, less optimal routes to them. Now, just because your character is heavier doesn't necessarily mean that they're better.
If you watch high level VF, you'll notice 95% of the time people are teching themselves up. They're not spending too much time on the ground. So I'm going to show you like something that's similar to Tekken as well. So in Tekken, if you lay on the floor long or for too long, especially in certain situations, you'll get hit by stuff that you wouldn't if you were to tech up. So even in Tekken, you'll see it. People mostly tech up, unless they're kind of on the wall. Sometimes they'll lay there. But, like, if I do a combo, like, works, actually. So, like, if he doesn't tech up, that's guaranteed. All of that. Like, I get all of that. So, if he techs up, which I'm going to have to do next round. But if he techs up, that's not guaranteed. So, it'll leave me negative, right? So, you really want to tech up to make sure your opponent's not doing some bullshit. And that's why a lot of people get up, because, dude, you can lose a lot of damage, especially against, like, characters that have low throws and shit. Like, yo, you really don't want to lay on the floor and have to deal with guessing what low throw they're going to do, because it's a mix-up. One motherfucker in the game that really just changes the whole equilibrium of the game. Like, nothing works the same. Nothing, bro. It's so annoying, bro. Seriously. Like, look at this shit. You guys know what the throw looks like when Kage throws you up in the air, right? Like, I do it all the time. I spam that throw. You cannot do that to Taka. You can combo him. I don't know the combo, but this is what it looks like. So I don't even get the air throw, because there's no way realistically, it's called Virtua Fighter. It's supposed to be this realistic simulation of a fighting game, right? You can't throw him up in the air. If this was Tekken, he'd be in the air right now. So, like, that's really all I'm going to get, really, from that. Like, I might get a little more, but nothing crazy. They configured his own knockdown animations. Like, look at this one. Just does the same thing. Oh, not that one. Oh, that one, too. That's a different animation. That throw doesn't look like that.
Just do... Like, do,
Oh, what's
like,
this one?
Was it 3P? I'm guessing 3P might look different.
Wow, it
Like,
doesn't
that
even
doesn't
knock
knock
him
him
down.
down.
Bro, that move doesn't even knock Taka down. He's so big that he can't even knock him down. That's a normal hit knockdown. Yo, that is so crazy, bro. Throws in Tekken, you can break throws. Traditionally, you can break most of the throws in that game. They really did go over the top with the unbreakable throws in Tekken 8, but for the most part, you can break the throws in that game. In this game, you can break throws as well. You have to guess between which one if a throw connects. So if you don't break back and somebody back throws you, you're getting back thrown. Same thing goes for forward. I really like the way the throws work in this game, because My biggest problem with throws in Tekken have always been you have all these sick throw animations, but because you can break them all, no one's ever gonna fucking see them. You're gonna see the throws in this game, and they're beautiful. Seriously, when throws connect in this game, it's the sickest shit ever.
Now, like, Tekken 8 was a big thing when it dropped because every throw, command throws included, were homing. They took it away so that mostly generic throws are homing, but in this game, every throw is homing. Throws are actually your answers, not just to people guarding too much, but if they're trying to sidestep.
I think one of the last things that I think is really important to touch on is how the walls play here. Like, listen, you have situations where, come over here, where you're going to get that wall carry into a wall combo. You know what I mean? Hopefully I don't mess it up. Okay, so I should have did it right there, and that was nasty, too, because I did it twice. So, you're going to have your situations in this game where you get your wall carry into the wall splat, just like Tekken. You get the same wall carry situations as well. That's not the only thing the wall is there for. And the sick thing is, too, when you get a ring out sometimes at the end, it'll break the wall down. You have to remember that because this game also has a stagger system, too, getting up after you get wall comboed in the first place is super dangerous. Like, you tech up against somebody who offensive moves in the right direction and they pop you back into the wall, you're in the same situation over and over and over again. Because you can offensively move in this game, and just regular evade attacks, but the offensive movement is so sick because you can B+, bounce him off the wall, and he has to deal with what I'm going to do next, unless he does a super fast option or something, you know what I mean? So, like, if I do this, he could potentially die right there, you know? And that all comes down to not just being restricted on using the wall for combos and shit. Like, I'm not saying that the wall doesn't play a big role in Tekken, but here it's so tied into the movement as well. The wall is like a living, breathing thing. Like, it's so fucking sick.
Let's see.
This man just did the hardest combo ever just to show that shit off.
Remember the new tactics patch that came out in Tekken 7?
Oh, yeah. New tactics, yeah.
Yeah, except imagine if new tactics gave true advantage that you had to shake out of.
In Tekken, they just added these annoying ass guard breaks. Steve's got one. Shaheen has one. That's something that is similar to VF because Kage has one as well. So if you play a character like that, you'll find that they have that here too. Ready?
Yep.
Why do I keep doing that? There's another one. Bam.
Hey.
So if you're in my vicinity and I hit you with one of those, you're in a bad situation, you know? The guard break off the wall with the kick is plus on guard, you know what I mean? It'll put you into a stagger on guard. So, yes, you can use the wall to your advantage in that fashion as well if you have a character that has an attack off the wall. Raven's got one, Lars has got one. A lot of characters have wall attacks in that game. So, there's a lot of dick jabbing in this game. As you guys know in the Tekken community, people love spamming dick jabs. That's your 2P in this game, right? Way more annoying in Tekken, in my opinion, because in this game, all you have to do is one thing to blow it up. In Tekken, it feels like no matter what move somebody does to you, depending on how negative it is on guard, like, it feels like you can't really shut down people who just throw out dick jabs in that game as often, you know? I can even do, because of Kage, I can even do a negative transition into beating a dick jab.
Yep. See.
That's actually not plus on guard. So he gets punished for trying to spam dick jab against me. Hopefully I'm not a scrub, but I messed the combo. I got it. So, detrimental damage, right? From him doing one dick jab, and I knew about it. Okay? So let's just say he doesn't want to... Damn, that hit spark was still on the screen from the last round. It was over there. Did you see that shit? So there's something for everything in this game. That's what's really sick about it. You gotta make the read, though. You got the read, you can get it. But you gotta make the read. If I knock him down, I gotta make the read. If I know he's gonna guard, if I knock him down... You know what I mean? Let's just say I knock him down and I know he's going to guard. And I think he might be throw escaping, right? I knock him down and then I pop him with one of these.
Yep.
Like, that's a on-hit throw. Yo, that is so crazy, bro.